This is Mainframe, your daily guide through the AI chaos. What actually happened, who's winning, and how to take yourself to the next level. It's Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. I'm Nova.
And I'm Dex. One honest note up front. Our voices are AI, but the reporting, the analysis, and every pick on this show are human-made. If this show makes your mornings smarter, subscribe wherever you are, the podcast, the YouTube channel, or the free newsletter that drops every story and every link into your inbox before you've finished your first coffee. Get on it. Stay ahead.
On today's Mainframe, OpenAI turns its cyber program into a full assembly line, and the bottleneck moves from finding bugs to fixing them.
Anthropic puts Claude inside your Slack as a coworker you can tag, and quietly tells us 65% of its own product code now comes from it.
A United States official confirms an Anthropic model broke into classified government systems in hours, not weeks.
And a hidden gem from Perplexity that scans your dependencies for malware before they ever reach production.
Let's get into it. The board. Here's the shape of the industry this morning. The money is staggering, and it's all chasing the same listing window. OpenAI is targeting a valuation of up to $1 trillion in a stock market debut that could come as early as September. Anthropic last raised at a $965 billion valuation, with about $44 billion in annualized run rate revenue. SpaceX already went first. 3 near-trillion-dollar AI companies lining up to tap the same pool of institutional cash in a single quarter.
And the obvious worry is that that pool is finite. If the first one prices soft, the next two feel it.
Exactly. Now, the doom narrative this month was that the build-out is collapsing. You may have seen the headline that half of 2026 United States data center capacity is canceled. SemiAnalysis took that apart on June 18th. Their actual forecast adjustment for North American data center capacity in 2026 is merely 1%, with the top 2 hyperscalers already having over 5 gigawatts of self-built capacity under construction.
And the punchline is almost too perfect. SemiAnalysis says the source of that panic was uninformed, vibe-coded data center forecasts that take press releases at face value. Claude-coded models that they say are all wrong.
AI hallucinating a fake AI crash. We're living in the metaphor. Here's what the board means for you if you're a solo builder or an agency operator. The compute is real, the money is real, the demand is real. The opening is not in competing on raw model quality, you cannot. The opening is in the remediation layer, the integration layer, the boring last mile between a capability and a shipped fix, which is exactly where today's news lives.
The Wire. Lead story, OpenAI. On Monday, they expanded Daybreak, their cybersecurity program. The framing is the key insight. As frontier models accelerate vulnerability discovery, the bottleneck shifts from finding flaws to managing the overwhelming volume, and real risk reduction only comes from validating issues, testing patches, and coordinating deployment.
Right, and the numbers behind that are wild. Since launching Codex Security in Research Preview in March, it has scanned over 30 million commits across more than 30,000 codebases. Human reviewers manually marked more than 70,000 findings as fixed, and over 500,000 findings were automatically determined to be fixed. Think of it this way. AI just handed every security team a fire hose. Daybreak is the attempt to turn that into plumbing.
They shipped 4 things: an updated Codex Security plugin, the full GPT 5.5 cyber model for vetted defenders, a partner program, and an open-source initiative called Patch the Planet, built with Trail of Bits. Initial partners include Accenture, Akamai, Cisco, Cloudflare, CrowdStrike, IBM, Palo Alto Networks, Proofpoint, SentinelOne, Wiz, and Zscaler.
And Patch the Planet matters because it admits the dirty secret. AI finds bugs faster than humans can fix them. And a lot of those finds are noise. More than 30 open-source projects committed, including curl, Go, Python, Sigstore, and Pica cryptography, with an initial 5-day sprint that surfaced hundreds of issues and merged dozens of patches.
Story 2. Anthropic, also Monday. They launched Claude Tag on Slack. You grant Claude access to selected channels, connect it to your tools, data, and codebases, then anyone can tag Claude and delegate a task while they focus on other work.
The tell is buried in their own post. Today, 65% of their product team's code is created by their internal version of Claude Tag. That's not a feature announcement. That's a confession about how the company actually runs. It can schedule tasks for itself over hours or days, and they now spend much more of their time delegating to many Claudes in parallel.
Which connects straight back to the security story. If 65% of code is machine-written, the patching problem is not optional. It's structural. Story 3 drives that home. A United States official told the Associated Press on Tuesday that one of Anthropic's models identified vulnerabilities in highly sensitive government computer systems during a testing exercise with intelligence agencies, using the Mythos model.
And a senator put it bluntly in a June 11th hearing. He said, "This tool broke into almost all of our classified systems, not in weeks, but in hours." Now, the careful caveat, because it matters. It identified the vulnerabilities within hours, but that does not mean the model could exploit them within that time. Finding the unlocked window is not the same as climbing through it. But the speed is the whole point of today's show.
And the tension is real here. Even as Anthropic cooperates with United States agencies on this testing, the administration has restricted use of some of Anthropic's models. Cooperation and crackdown at the same time.
One more for the wire, and it's a clean win for the Defender story. As part of Patch the Planet, OpenAI says they found a Firefox vulnerability with GPT 5.5 that Mozilla patched 2 days before Pwn 2 Own Berlin, prompting 5 of 6 registered Firefox entries to withdraw, and no Firefox exploit was demonstrated at the competition. That's the optimistic version of all this. The model got there first.
Repo Spotlight. 2 picks, both on theme. Both you can run today.
Pick one is the hidden gem, and it's the perfect counter to everything we just described. It's Bumblebee, a read-only supply chain scanner built by Perplexity AI. Credit to the Perplexity team. It scans NPM, PyPI, Go modules, Ruby gems, Composer, MCP servers, editor extensions, and browser extensions for malicious or suspicious dependencies. It requires Go 1.25 or later and has 0 non-standard library dependencies.
Why you want it. Everyone is installing random MCP servers from GitHub repos and Discord links right now with basically no vetting. Bumblebee is the audit step that should have existed from day one. The scan is fast, the output is readable, and the zero-dependency architecture means you can actually trust what it's doing.
First command: install Go 1.25, then go install the Bumblebee binary from the Perplexity repo and run it against your project root. It walks your lock files and your installed extensions and flags the suspicious ones in seconds. The workflow change. You run it before npm install lands in a branch, not after you've been breached. One honest caveat: its pre-1.0 detection coverage is still being built out, so treat it as a fast first-pass audit, not a definitive guarantee.
Pick 2. For the people who live in the terminal with a coding agent, it's a single file. When Andrej Karpathy posted his frustrations with AI coding agents in January, Developer Forrest Chang turned the observations into a single Claude.md file with 4 behavioral principles, and the repo hit 156,000 stars. Credit to Forrest Chang.
It's the least glamorous, most useful thing on this list. It targets 3 failure patterns: agents making silent wrong assumptions and charging ahead, over-engineering that turns 50 lines into 500, and orthogonal changes that modify code the agent was never supposed to touch. Drop that file in your repo root. That's the install. Your agent reads it on every run. The workflow change is that your agent stops confidently doing the wrong thing at scale, which, given the patching fire hose from the Daybreak story, is the cheapest insurance you'll buy this week.
Today's show is brought to you by Outpace.
Today's whole episode is about the gap between finding a problem and actually shipping the fix. That gap is where most software projects go to die. Outpace is a solo operator software agency, modern web and AI builds, that treats your project like a partnership instead of a ticket in a queue. While the mega agencies consolidate and you become account number 4,000, Outpace gives you one accountable human who ships. That's outpace.dev, the human alternative.
The Deep Dive.
Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. The 90-day disclosure window in security, the polite convention where a researcher tells a vendor about a bug and gives them 3 months to fix it before going public, that convention is effectively dead, and AI killed it.
A security researcher put it starkly back in May. He said, the 90-day disclosure policy is dead because when 10 unrelated researchers find the same bug in 6 weeks and AI can turn a patch diff into a working exploit in 30 minutes, the 90-day window is protecting nobody.
Sit with that. The patch itself, the fix, becomes the blueprint for the attack. And the dam already broke. Back in March, HackerOne paused its Internet Bug Bounty program, citing the shift in balance between vulnerability discoveries and maintainers' ability to address them, because AI-assisted research caused a flood of new flaws.
So this is why today's announcements all rhyme. OpenAI's Daybreak, Anthropic's Glasswing and Mythos, Google DeepMind's CodeMender. They're all racing to automate the fix because automating the find already happened, and it broke the system.
And Google's framing is the most honest about the danger. They published research on June 18th about securing internal systems against, their words, imperfectly aligned AI. They've analyzed 1 million coding agent tasks and found the majority of flagged events do not stem from adversarial intent. They result from agent misinterpretation or overeagerness to achieve a user's goal. The scary agent is not the evil one. It's the eager one with broad permissions and bad judgment.
Which is the Simon Willison lethal trifecta problem: private data, untrusted input, and the ability to act. Stack those 3, and you have a loaded weapon.
So here's how you actually put this into action, today, whether you're a solo dev or running an agency. Step 1. Assume any dependency could be hostile and run Bumblebee against your project before your next deploy. That's 15 minutes. Step 2. Turn on automated patching only where the blast radius is small. There's a smart framing from a security exec this week. He said the control point shifts from schedule to policy. Fully automate patching for low-risk, less complex applications while retaining human oversight for critical or complex systems. Step 3. If you run agents with real permissions, scope them down hard. Separate identities, separate data access, the way Anthropic describes scoping Claude tag per channel. Step 4. Stop treating disclosure as your safety margin. Patch on the assumption the exploit ships the same day, because increasingly it does.
The uncomfortable truth is that the defenders genuinely are ahead right now. The Firefox win proves it. But ahead is a daily race, not a finish line.
The close. Your level up this week, one thing. Install Bumblebee and scan every project you own before you ship anything. It's the single highest leverage 15 minutes in your week.
And if you want all of this written down, every story, every link, the repo URLs, and the deep dive steps, subscribe to the free Mainframe newsletter. It hits your inbox every morning. No fluff, just the brief.
That's Mainframe for Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. The machines found the bug. Make sure you're the one who ships the fix. I'm Nova.
I'm Dex. We'll see you tomorrow.